I welcome you, friends, and today I will show how to easily access Telegram account registration using Telegram Expert. Upon launching, the software updates automatically. Navigate to the left menu under Auto Registration to Hero SMS. Please note that Telegram Expert includes a wide variety of pre-installed SMS pool partners. Today, we will demonstrate using Hero SMS, so we will select it. The auto registration module is displayed. As you can see, the module contains numerous settings. The primary settings include the parameter database, the Hero SMS API keys obtainable from the pool's profile, and the anti-safety service master key. Let us proceed to the most critical step. This is parameter generation, which includes device names and localization settings tailored to a specific geographic region. We select this item and open it. Two modes are available in this section. These are beginner and professional. I will demonstrate parameter generation using the beginner mode. First, we must select the device manufacturers. I will select all. Note the many parameters. The software offers the official Telegram for Android, Android X, and Telegram Desktop. Registration is only on the mobile version. Thus, we select the official Telegram Android app. The latest version is 12.7.2. Build 2 is the official Telegram from the Play Market. Version 9 is the version downloaded directly from the website. We will select the previous version. We will select the second version. We will select Turkish as the language. We will confirm the time zone as UTC-3. Let me show how to verify this. For example, in this case, we set UTC as the home zone and the anchor is set to UTC-3. We return to our software. UTCC3 is correct. Set generation to 2000 and we click Start. The software rapidly generates these parameters. Let us save this database to a convenient location. Specify the country code to identify Turkey. We will specify the fourth pairs version. Pairs refer to the versions displayed in your JSON file. Next, we will also need a database for the desktop versions. Select Windows version. We select the latest version of the desktop application. Specify Turkish. And we also click Start. We save this database, specify +90 and 20 to 40. You may specify these values in any other manner you prefer. Now we return to our auto registration module. As I mentioned earlier, for registration, we only need the mobile network. In this case, this is the fourth pair. Settings are installed, balances updated, so that they are displayed in the data fields. Balance credited, the database is set. We select the Turkey proxy. Select Turkey proxy. Proxies can be added in the settings in this section. In my case, this is a list of Turkish proxies. I use IP4 SOCKS 5. We can test both in bulk and individually. In this case, for the example, I selected a few. After adding these proxies, they become available in the auto registration module. In this case, that is why I am selecting this specific geo. The service is set as default by tag. Set max price. I will now show how and relative to what I make this selection. We proceed directly to the Hero SMS website itself. Select Services, Phone. We select the country Turkey. Select Settings. And in this list, we see the available prices for registration. I set this value to 0.85. I return, open our auto registration module settings, set value to 0.85. I choose Turkey, choose any operator. We need an SMS, also a temporary email, also a number of pools support, formats like flash call and voice. Repeated SMS requests are also possible, and forced 2F reset by number. In this case, we need only the options for code confirmation directly via SMS. We need email. The right block is ready. Now move to the left block. We have added the master key anti-safety key. After registration and API key entry, filtering is available. Filtering allows you to limit your expenses related to the fact that numbers registered previously may already contain 2F. Some pools do not refund paid SMS messages. And it also allows the use of a number of other parameters that save traffic on proxies and tokens. In this case, I will select all. You can disable trust registration. I will set it in order for accounts that were previously banned or restored in some way, or that have already participated in some work and simply did not have 2F installed, and somehow ended up in the list of available numbers for receiving SMS codes in the pool. I set not to register trust accounts, because there is a high probability that they will be banned immediately or they will be under close scrutiny, so to speak, in the shadow ban of Telegram itself. Reset networks for 24 hours. I set it. Set 2F. You can set option 1 password for all as well as random. I will choose random. Thread management register. Let us in this case register 20 units. I will set the number of threads to 20. In principle, for comfortable registration, 1 to 2 threads are sufficient. If speed is required and you accept the risk of increasing thread count, then this number can be set at any level up to the total number of tasks required. In this case, I will leave the delay at the previous level of 5 to 25 econs. This suffices. After we have filled all this in, we press the Add button, and the settings for our registration appear at the top. It should be added that I can change the geo, add other parameters of this registration, and set several geos, selecting different proxies for each. In this case, I made a small mistake. I omitted first and last names. Let us delete this setting and go to this section which was hidden under the button. Click Add, choose Names, select Surnames. Let us show how they look. In other words, in this case, each first name and last name is listed on a new line. Generating this list is available both in DeepSeek and in any neural network that you can authorize via Google. Click Add, and our settings appear at the top. Now already with the path and file specified from which names will be used. Now we can calmly press the Add button. Press the Start button. As you can see, delays have started before the launch of each of the threads, which we set to 5 to 25 seconds, and the software automatically begins to select. The process of renting numbers in the pool occurs. Also, we can now go directly to the Task Manager. If you have several registrations or tasks running, they will automatically appear in each row. It should be taken into account that if your account is involved in one of the tasks, then you should not use these same sessions when using other tasks. Check the email issuance. This is an anti-safety service. We rent email, confirming it in the account. This code arrives at the email. And as you can see, the code has been successfully confirmed. Now our registration goes specifically to receive the code itself via SMS. As you can see, the first codes have been received. And on the left side, we have the number of tasks, the number of threads, and the number of pending and completed. As you can notice, the completed section is progressing. We already received the codes, and the software automatically installs 2FAC. When executing tasks, the number of threads is automatically reduced. If the thread has already finished, no tasks. Further, if there are no remaining tasks, it shuts down automatically. This also occurs when there is no balance on the account. So we have 2 accounts left. Let us refresh the page. Let us stop and register 2 more accounts. The number of threads is reduced to 2, and I run it again. We are currently working via VPN, and we may experience delays, therefore let us try again. And also, I did not mention that anti-safety allows successful CAPTCHA solving. Sometimes problems related to poor connectivity with the SMS pool are resolved by using both a VPN and request routing. With the SMS pool itself, both parameters are supported for proxies SOCKS5 and HTTP. One account was successfully registered, and the second code was also received. We are now waiting for installation. 2FA and the task will be completed. Everything is ready. The task automatically disappears from the task manager. Let us proceed to our accounts. And now the most important moment. We must check their status. By habit, I use the online output feature, which allows maintaining the account online for a longer duration. One can also select and use it to check for bans. Additionally, the software outputs account data online, and it conveniently includes an option to check for restrictions. We can automatically move them to the required section immediately after checking. There are also such options in the account panel as mass check, mass actions, and others that are very useful and important. The check takes longer because each of our accounts stays. Initialization takes 23 seconds. Currently have 4 threads running, so this will take some time. It will also require monthly payments. Friends saw me write this on my iPhone. iPhones were primarily designed authentically. We are now at the point we oriented with spare parts. Now exiting the iPhone, we get iPhones, yet fail to grasp where we've gone wrong. And iUning have a giant layout in us. Thank you. So it is done. All accounts have been successfully checked. They are all available. They went online and all accounts are alive. Now let us proceed to the next operations. Let us refresh, and now we will apply such an option as mass actions. I have restored the settings to operate with accounts from the active folder, or we can select some specific accounts using this list, which we wish to process in bulk. I will set all to active, and also I will now show by module what we can do with them. In mass actions, all settings available to the user directly from the application interface are accessible. In this case, I will need to set photos automatically. I will not set the bio, leave it unchanged. Although you can enter any parameters, username parameters will be set automatically. 2 FA remains unchanged. One can set such parameters as self-destruction, automatic deletion of old sessions, messages auto-delete. Automatic deletion of old sessions is necessary if your sessions are older than 24 hours. Additionally, it is recommended not to overheat accounts during this period, as this may result in a ban. Also, regarding generation, for successful registration, there is a parameter known as an overheated or spammed database. If the device and parameters are frequently used by a large number of registrars, this risks a ban during registration. Therefore, after successful re-registration attempts, it is advisable to use expert parameters. Let us proceed. Set the initial action, 10-15 seconds. This is sufficient auto-delete. Setting names from a file. We already have birth dates. We can set the range that needs to be applied to each account. The software will randomize these parameters. Reset JSON proxies. This is in case a sale is being made, although it is also more convenient to do this directly from the account panel via the action button. Also, remove JSON status. When a file is involved in one of the modules, it may leave a signature indicating that the file cannot be used in other modules, or it may leave certain special statuses set by the software. You can also manually set this status in the work status. I will enable automatic account transfer. We will have a temporary spawn block and an eternal case with errors. I will also set 2 threads. This delay will be more than sufficient for me. So we are starting Open Task Manager, and now I will speed this up. As I showed in the configuration of the module itself, between each action we have a delay 10 to 15 seconds, which allows for organic interaction with Telegram. In other words, if we do not set delays, the account will perform all actions instantaneously, which of course may look suspicious to Telegram. In this video, I am showing as an example how one can interact with accounts, although overheating accounts to large quantities of actions in a short period of time, immediately after registration, may entail a risk of banning. Therefore, in this example, I want to show that the Telegram Expert software allows for effective account registration, as well as minimizing the probability that your accounts will be banned. The main risks are directly related to the quality of the parameter database itself, the quality of the proxy you are using, and, of course, correct actions during the registration and warming up of your accounts. If the quality of the accounts is maximally high, then this resource can be used very effectively in advertising activities. I will enable the methodological tab. The talks bar must be dry. We update it like re-Euro. Coca-Cola is now understood to work. Rolex avoids final management. Snack Metrolux to subtitle, not humble, indefinite, and nothing at all. Do not lower carefully. Let us proceed to the section of our accounts and see how they now appear to us. As you may notice, avatars have been added, and we also have usernames. This account is still in processing. Therefore, we do not yet have a username while the task is being executed. Let us examine some available actions directly in the panel. We can select all accounts, check for bans, check restrictions, use mass verification and actions. This includes duplicating data sections. We can also individually set parameters directly from the panel, delete photos, change names and usernames, and set BIOS and so forth. Also very convenient is the session age function in case you acquire accounts, or if somehow the indicated age of the account here is not current, meaning, for example, it may be listed as a certain year, but the session itself is younger, therefore to determine the actual session age. One can use this button, also data verification for the presence of premium status, and if your JSON file does not contain the specified username, you can easily obtain all this using this option. As well as the name next, we have the ability to correct account versions if they are on hold. A new version of Telegram has been released, and the Telegram expert has updated this version in the software itself. You should update it, and versions that are current today become available to you. The next point concerns the installation of two-factor authentication reset via the option. For resetting 2FA, which will take 7 days, you can set today's date in the add role field. This column will appear, set e.g. ROM2FA and add a role. The date when you manage the request to wait for the 2FA reset. We also have access to privacy settings for roles, which I briefly mentioned earlier, work with proxies as well as moving between folders within the software itself. I will remind you that for the module to operate with accounts, they must be located as active ones in this folder using movement after processing. As I did, permanent ones go to the temporary spam block with errors, while permanent ones go to the eternal block using these movements. We can filter our accounts also, for example, if we wish to conduct a mass check for our accounts. For restrictions or bans, we can also set movement, and the software will automatically move the accounts to the corresponding section. This is very convenient, and I recommend using it. Looking ahead, after successfully processing all sessions, we will need to transfer these mobile sessions to desktop format, and then we will convert them to the ID format. I will show how to do this. We currently have 9 accounts left for processing, and let me proceed to the section and, let us say, conduct preparatory work in the special modules we have available. Several modules: session duplicator, converter, shadow sessions, booster accounts, resender, reporter, and chat clones, channel cloning, interceptor, adding admins and removing admins. We need the session duplicator. For this, we will require the database we created earlier, 2040. That is a pair. For desktop, we will need to specify where we will save it. Let us create a folder 2040. Automatic transfer of accounts. As I selected earlier, flow management will also have two flows with identical delays. Note that at the top we have several direction options available. We will need to use specifically the direction Telegram desktop, that is the fourth pair from mobile official Android transfer to official Telegram desktop operating modes available are SMS code and QR. I recommend choosing QR if you have high quality proxies and a stable connection. Then when using QR, first of all, the account has higher trust. In order to duplicate the session, it is necessary to bring the phone, to utilize the camera, and so on. And of course, from the Telegram server side, this is a more trusted user interaction than simply receiving a code. Now we will wait for the execution of our task, and we will be able to proceed to launching this block. And next we will need the converter module, which will allow us to convert the session desktop format, the TDate format. And so we have process of processing all accounts completed. Let us now return to the next step. We proceed to the successfully processed file section. We all have usernames and avatars. We move them back to the active section. We proceed to the duplication section, refresh the page. Let us, to avoid delays, stream the video on 20 channels immediately. We intend to launch it and duplicate our accounts. Stop the task, connection issues, refresh the module, set stream to 1, and click duplicate. Let us proceed to the settings section. We set the number of streams to 5. Successfully logged in. To inhit, then DBR. Can you reply, brother? As you can see, then it goes much faster. I draw your attention to the fact that these accounts are desktop, meaning we have the ability to open these accounts directly in the web version. Now, it may be that we succeed, although our connection is poor, so it might not work. This is how our session is currently opened. We proceed to the converter module. The file is already located in the active folder. Our path is specified correctly. We click launch, and as you can see, the conversion occurs instantaneously. That is, each of our accounts now has this format. I hope the video was very useful to you and you were convinced that the Telegram Expert software is a stable solution for tasks related to working with Telegram Expert within the framework of marketing as well as in terms of account registration, even when they overheat immediately after registration.